Knoebels has two hypercoasters, one of them being Phantom's Revenge and the other being Steel Curtain. By first look, it looks like Steel Curtain is going to be the better of the two, but I had only heard good things about Phantom's Revenge and bad things about Steel Curtain before going. So I expected me not to like Steel Curtain that much, but I expected it to be better than people had said, due to how bad people made it sound to be. During my first ride on Steel Curtain, it was one of the weirdest experiences I have ever had on a roller coaster, as I did not feel any airtime or intensity, even though it's not like there's no airtime or no intensity on the ride. It just didn't have enough for you to feel it compared to Phantom's Revenge. Because Phantom's Revenge has some extreme airtime, and since I had gone on it 4 times in a row, then went on Steel Curtain, it did not feel like it had any airtime or any intensity. Thankfully, I decided to go on Steel Curtain again, going in the front row, which was better, but still not even close to as good as Phantom's Revenge, which was quite the disappointment due to how amazing it looks. Steel Curtain has 9 inversions, which is tied for the most in North America with Alpine Fury at Canada's Wonderland. And though Alpine Fury is an amazing ride, Steel Curtain is not that good, even though it is a taller ride. And yeah, I know taller doesn't always mean better, but most of the time it does. I also do not think that people should have hated on it as much as they did. Like, yeah, it doesn't look that. No, it looks amazing, but it's not that good of a coaster. But it's still quite a good coaster, and if they don't like it, they don't have to go on it. No one's forcing them to. It's a coaster. You get to decide to go on it, and it was worth the wait. It was a good ride. Don't get me wrong. Just by how it looks like it's going to be a way better coaster. Phantom's Revenge doesn't look like it's going to be as good of a coaster because it looks like it's going to be a rough old aero coaster just without the inversions. But it is a completely different ride from any coaster, that aero or not, because it is extremely smooth, especially for how old it is. It's 25 years old now in its form, the Phantom's Revenge. Steel Phantom is a lot older, but as Phantom's Revenge, it's now 25 years old, yet it's still butter smooth, which is amazing, and it has some of the best airtime on any roller coaster that I have ever been on. It has some crazy ejector airtime that somehow keeps it going for longer than most other coasters with ejector airtime. And I would say it has better airtime than Steel Vengeance, but I'm not too sure about that because Steel Vengeance just has that much. But its airtime, if you go 1 to 1, I believe its ejector airtime is better than the ejector airtime on Steel Vengeance because that one can be painful. But due to the amount Steel Vengeance has, Steel Vengeance, I would say, has a better airtime. But it's this Steel Phantom's airtime is insane with so many moments that just throw you out of your seat and then slam you back down and then throw you out again. Like, it has this double down that is such a toy pull up right after it ejects you out. So it ejects you out, slams you back down, and ejects you again. While Steel Curtain didn't have much airtime, if any, Phantom's Revenge had a crazy amount and was a butter smooth coaster, which was just so shocking. And it is now my fourth favorite roller coaster that I have ever been on. I know a lot of people think it is the best roller coaster, if not the second best, including the person operating the coaster calling it the second best steel coaster in America. And I would not be, I'm not angry with that. I think that is a great opinion, and mine's just a little bit different, but I still think that's great opinion because it's such a good coaster. And even if it's your favorite, I wouldn't like think that that's just strange. Like, if something like an older Aero coaster was your favorite, I think that's strange. Or something like Top Thrill 2, which is my third favorite coaster, was your favorite, I would find that strange. Unless if you're like not into the intensity. But if you're into the intensity and something like Top Thrill 2 is your favorite, I would think that's a bit strange. But if it's Phantom's Revenge, I wouldn't find that strange at all because it is just that good of a coaster. Just I like other coasters more, and I like the speed of Top Thrill 2. That's the only reason that I have it higher up. Alright, well, thank you for watching the entire video and listening to me yap about two different coasters that are both hyper coasters at Kennywood. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.